everyone, how you all doing? Hope you're all okay. Just me on this live tonight. There's a couple of things that I wanted to say. Sorry I've not announced this or anything else. But yeah, just a little few things from me. We were supposed to go live with Ash Knowles tonight, but I think he's had a little Facebook ban. It's like the most silly reasons, isn't there? And everything I do on Facebook, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to jinx it. Anyway, touch wood, he'll be back with us and talking about his manifestation journey and his manifesting. And I had a little chat with him last night, and I said, that's cool, we can't do it tonight, which is absolutely fine, but it does give me some breathing space, really, because I was chatting to a friend who always kind of keeps me right about things, and we discussed stuff, and what was I going to say about that? Yeah, it was kind of yeah, kind of like there's two sides of things, and there's the consistency that everybody wants to see from people who put out videos. You know, I often, you know, get in the bath and I'm looking for, you know, people who I like to listen to, from business training or from more spiritual stuff like Laura Eisenhower, Danny Spiritual Therapist. I'm like, oh, they haven't put a video out for a few weeks, and you know, everybody needs a break, really. So I've had to choose, am I going to be consistent, or am I going to just get the right people on or the right message? It's not really about the right people, it's about, I suppose it's the same thing, but it's about the right message that I want for everybody watching, really. And I've had to really dig deep in terms of something a bit like what I said last week, if you were watching. Dig deep and say, what is it that I stand for? What is it that I resonate with? We're not always going to agree with people. I'm sure, you know, some of the big YouTube people don't always agree, and they do have that ability to question, and that's something in terms of come straight out with it, like, hang on a minute, you know, but what about this? Or maybe not, that's not quite right, or what's your take on this? And I think I found myself in this situation whereby maybe I haven't been that quick off the mark. You know, I think I maybe said it last week. I found out that it's not just me and my family, that it takes like 12 hours. When somebody says something, it can take about 12 hours for me to go, whoa, hang on a minute, that's not right. I don't agree with that. Not saying it's not right, but it's definitely not something I agree with, or I was triggered by that. So, you know, my behaviour, like, so sometimes it's great to give an instant response, and especially maybe on camera, but some people are really good at like coming straight back, whereas it takes me a while to process it. And then when I listen to things back, I think, maybe not. So, yeah, so I am looking for the right message, really, and I suppose what is it that I stand for? And I think that I spoke about this last week, which is freedom, really. Freedom in terms of everything, all the things that, you know, you can have in your life. I don't know if anyone's done this, but they have this little circle thing. I know I've done this before in like goal setting training and things like that, where you've got health, family, money, you know, work, career, and you've got like a pie thing, and you rate out of 10 where you think you are. So obviously 1 not being very good and 10 being absolutely happy with everything that's going on. And then it kind of, you want a perfect circle, but usually most people's go in and out like this in a graph. So I've done that kind of training before, and yeah, losing my point a bit on that, but so bear with me, I will get there. But yeah, I think it's just finding the right message. So I want, like, to bring this message across that there's freedom in all areas of people's lives, and I think that's really, really, really important. after what we've all been through. So that's really the message that I want to be conveying on through my business, through my lives, through everything that I do. And if that means not being consistent, maybe the right people will just come. I have spoken to a few people already this week. I am looking forward to chatting to Ash in maybe next week. Maybe next week, that will be quite good. Because I'd like to hear about his journey and things like that. And yeah, I think really that's kind of what I wanted to say. And just to sort of close it off, the manifesting thing, because I did say, I sort of ran this past Ash last night, and I said, one thing that I probably did wrong with that, because we met through a manifesting course, one thing I probably did really, really wrong with that was be absolutely specific on a specific goal, which wasn't serving me. In fact, it was making me quite poorly. And I wrote it down, and I was writing it down, and I was doing the thing, and I was doing the exercise in this course. You know, I am a, you know, senior team leader, it was at the time, and I earn this much money per month, and I do this, and it was very, very, very specific. And my cousin said to me, he gave me a different take on it. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong, it just wasn't right for me at the time, but what it did was it pushed me into the right place. So usually a bad thing sort of like kind of happens, and then another door opens, if you like. So where was I with that point? So yeah, I said to my cousin, oh, I'm doing this like manifesting course, and I think it's really good. And I definitely think I was speaking from my ego at that point. My cousin Mark, who was on the other week on Lucy Goes Live, and he said, Lucy, all you need to say is, I am in divine grace, and you know, and I am in abundance, and everything that you need will come to you. I am in divine grace, and I am in unlimited abundance. And I thought, yeah, well, I added the I am in unlimited abundance in. And I thought, yeah, why be so specific? We're now in the age of Aquarius, where everything's quite fluid. Everything's coming to the surface. I think I maybe mentioned that last week, sorry, where everything's coming to the surface now. Things are being exposed. My triggers have come to the surface. That is happening so much at the minute that I'm like, hang on a minute. And before I react, and then I'm like, I'm really noticing what triggers me, what makes me annoyed, you know, things that people say. And I was never very conscious of that. I just used to go, oh, you bastard, you know, or yeah, he's a, she's a, and and now I'm like, oh, hang on a minute, that's me. I'm being totally triggered by that behaviour. But why did that person say that? Was it coming out of love? Was it coming out of protection? And things like that. So yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to say tonight. I know it was a little bit disjointed, tonight, but I am celebrating as well. Definitely having a celebration tonight, because I have finished my inviting of you all, and if I have missed anybody, I do apologise. Send me a message to my newsletter, and I think we have nearly hit 100 subscribers now, so that is amazing. There's 122 on the group Life with Lucy, which is my new brand, which is encompassing everything I do, which has this undercurrent of freedom in it. And because that's what I stand for, and I think it's important that if you're aligned with what you're doing, the money's just going to flow anywhere, and good things are going to happen to good people. So that's where we're at. So yeah, I'm really excited, because I used to blanket message people all the time, which is like now a massive no-no in network marketing, and I'll hold my hands up, you know, I did that. I probably pissed people off at that time, and now this is like my final hurrah of doing that. I'm like putting that to bed now, because I've got my email list, and you know, I'd rather make genuine connections with people and just send them a weekly newsletter, and if they want to reply, or if they want to engage in any of the stuff that I'm doing, that's absolutely great. Rather than just this kind of depersonalized blanket messaging, which has happened in the industry for quite some time now, and it's really nice to say goodbye to that and close the door on that and really just concentrate on once a week sending out my newsletter. If I meet new people and they want to join, that's great. So I am so celebrating that at the minute. So thank you so much to all the new subscribers. Really happy. Going to be editing that newsletter tomorrow and hopefully getting it out Friday. Might send it out a bit early, I don't know. I am struggling a bit with a landing page. Technology, like what's happened to it? Like, I used to do Adobe InDesign at uni and it was like not a problem. It was so user friendly. Everything like now, I'm like, I can't even do Canva. I just can't do it. So I get other people to do it for me. And I just think, where did my brain go? Is it the technology? Is some like computer geek having a great time, doing that instead of, I don't know, making it more difficult for me? I'm not sure anyway. Or is it just me? So yes, I am triggered by technology at the minute. So I might get a landing page together because there's a couple of nice things that I'd like to put on there as well. So yeah, so I think that's it from me. So if you want to be part of the email list, see what it is that I'm doing and be a bit nosy, then send me a message. If I've already messaged you, there will be a link to click on the group and then you put your email in and then I put you onto the email list. I'm actually doing it manually because that's the only way I know how. Like, import a spreadsheet, way beyond my capabilities at the minute. So I know that I've done it if it's in there manually. So I am having a bit of a celebration about that. So I am going to go, and I can hear Mike coming in the door now. I'm going to go and cook some tea and have a bit of a relaxing evening and start again tomorrow. So if you have been, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I will speak to you again soon. And hopefully, we're going to attract some new people for Lucy Goes Live. I definitely want to speak to Ash because I know there's a lot of people on here that's watching already who's a big fan of Ash Knowles. But we just want to get our message right. So we're going to review that, get that across. So there we go. I'll shut up now. So if you have been, thank you for listening and have a good evening and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.